Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, a bank holiday episode has me reviewing our working from home policy. The JCD team smash out a fantastic builders clean for a local charity, and I'm out on the drainage van because we're short staffed once again. Let's roll the footage. Welcome back to another episode of We Are JCD with your boy, Chris. It's Monday. I am at Guilfoyle HQ and the dog's barking. Shut up! Sorted it. Bank holiday. I informed you guys of this last Friday and I had an extended weekend because I was away for a night with the children at the zoo. Go back to last week's episode if you didn't watch that and you like animals, because you would enjoy that. It was a nice couple of days. Had a nice relaxing weekend, didn't get up to much. Had a long time friend come back. He'd moved to Australia, come back with his better half, Sam. They come back to say hello, so that was good. I went to watch the local football team, Chatham Town. Mitchell come with me, which was nice. Team bonding, had a few beers, probably too many beers, as always when we have a beer. So today is Monday and I am reflecting. We are in a perfect storm at the moment at JCD. What do I mean by that? Well, we have been super busy recently, but we have had a few personnel changes. We've got a few people leaving the business. Got Roger, who is going on to pastures new. He's been with us a long time, so he's leaving. Our office administrator is also leaving, and it's left us in a period, well, it's left me and James in a period of reflection at the moment about, right, it's an ideal opportunity to have a little bit of a shuffle round. We're giving some thought to what that looks like moving forward, and I'll be honest with you, I still haven't sort of settled it right in my own head, but I think we're going to take on a new contracts manager that will look after the operational side of our business, the day-to-day operations, from staff coming on board, contracts coming on board, all the way through, and that day-to-day management, QAs, all that good stuff. We're going to get a new administrator in. They're going to be working from the office. That's going to be, I've gave that the autonomy to be wherever. Mix of working from home and work from the office, but predominantly people tend to work from home. And a controversial opinion, but in my experience with working from home, it doesn't work. And I know a few of you are probably gonna shoot me over that, but that is my experience of letting people have total autonomy over where they work. It doesn't end well, and it hasn't ended well, and we're not going to be doing it moving forward. So there'll be a mix of both. The person in the office admin will have to spend the majority of their week in the office, and then there can be a little bit of flexibility in that from working from home. People can jump on me and go, oh well, you know, if you give people the space to do it. I've done it, gave them the space. I do not micromanage. I'm not a micromanager. Anyone that works for me will tell you that. I will give people the autonomy to make decisions and do what they want. And in my experience, 5 times out of 5, I've been let down with it so far. Actually, I'm going to say 4 out of 5 because I let Adam do his own thing, and he's always there when I need him. So he's the anomaly at the moment. Everyone else, it hasn't worked out. So that's not going to be happening with the new role. And you can cut me down for that what you want, but it suits our business. It's our business, not yours. At the end of the day, that's just my opinion, which I am entitled to. So we're recruiting a new administrator, new ops manager who coincidentally will actually be working out and about on sites. So that's a little bit different. But yeah, so there's plenty going on at the moment. We've got another interview going on for some of our mobile team on Wednesday this week. A lady I met that was recommended me from someone that's been a friend of the channel, Niall. She's looking for a change. So I met with this lady last week and she's going to do a trial day with us this week. So yeah, a little bit of a shift around at JCD HQ, which is good. Change is always good. So yeah, I've got plenty to catch up on today. I've done a few jobs around the house this morning, nothing too strenuous. And then yeah, I'm going to crack on with some paperwork. Where am I tomorrow? I'm all over the place tomorrow. We've got a school deep clean going on, just finishing up the last bits of 6 weeks holiday, and then hopefully we'll be back to some normality in terms of that. As I say, it's always a busy time of year, the 6 weeks holiday. And yeah, I'm out and about. Boys will be out doing their thing, regular work that they've got on, so I don't need to tell you too much about that. So yeah, it's all go at the moment, which is good. So yeah, quiet Monday, but hey, you need them now and then. So that wraps up Monday. Check in the morning for Tuesday. Peace. Morning. Tuesday. Now I realised that the last couple of days, what makes me really happy is when I don't have to set an alarm in the morning. Odd one, I know, but just the freedom, just to not have to set an alarm and, you know, just wake up naturally. Don't get me wrong, I ain't laying in bed all day, but, you know, just getting up naturally. I like that. Makes me happy, to be honest. Just a little saying I'll share with you. So I didn't have to set an alarm today. What's the time now? 9. Been to a job this morning already. Electrical call out. Not an electrician by any stretch of the imagination, but luckily this one was just a trip to electrics. I have popped over to one of our regular customers, have been a customer of ours for many, many years, Esquire Developments. They have a fantastic development over in Kent. I popped down to see one of our team members here and have a look around while I'm here, because I haven't actually been to this development. New building we've done over the back here, commercial unit, and then we've got residential plots behind me. So let's go and have a look and see how this site is going. And just like that, we are back down at JCD HQ. I don't fancy it today. I say this on the channel all the time. What makes people successful is they do the stuff that they need to do when they don't fancy it. And listen to the phone. Today is one of those days. I've got problems everywhere, and I just would love to pack up, shut the laptop down, turn the phone off, and go home. But that's not what we do, and that's not how we get through things. So I'm going to knuckle down, get through all these emails I've got to get through, deal with the issues that I'm having, get them resolved, and then tomorrow is a new day. Productive morning on site, nice to have a look around, see what the guys are doing there, really going well. And actually, when I got back to JCD HQ, I had a nice email from the customer there about the Demelza building, which we looked at, that was all going well, and they were really pleased with that, and thank you for everybody involved, which obviously included your boy and the team at JCD Cleaning. So I'm going to crack on. That's going to wrap up today. I'll catch you guys in the morning. Yes, team, Wednesday. Snipped over to get the car washed. Thought I'd treat it for a change. Weather's been bad, and it's meant to be quite nice next week, so I thought I'd bring it over, get it washed before the good weather. Interesting morning this morning. I've been doing interviews all day. So I mentioned to you guys that I'm looking at potentially bringing in a new manager, and I've been interviewing for that role over the last couple of weeks, months. I think we found someone. Won't say too much just yet, just in case, but we've made a formal offer for this particular person, and yeah, I get on well with him. James has met him. I think it'd be good. Give us a little bit more focus on some of the commercial stuff, just making sure that's going as it should. We've also been interviewing for mobile teams, looking to grow that side. I've had another meeting today with a subcontractor actually. We've been doing a bit of both at the moment. I always prefer the in-house method, personally. We've got a good guy who's been doing some fantastic work. It's all been going really well, I say, but I sort of lean towards in-house myself when it comes to, you know, dealing with customers and things like that. So I've been interviewed a lady this time. We've actually never had a lady on our specialist team, to be honest. I'm not really sure why that is. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. I've interviewed a lady, possibly two actually, because she's got someone that she works with at the moment that is very good as well. So I gave her a formal offer as well, which she's accepted, so they'll be starting with us next month. So super exciting morning. I haven't really got much on the rest of the day, to be honest. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Mitchell is off. He's going away for a couple of days, so I'm going to be working with John
on some drainage stuff. So yeah, I'll be out and about next couple of days. So short update for Wednesday, but it is what it is. We've got the car wash, we've got our coffee, and we've had plenty of productive meetings. So as always, I'll see you guys in the morning.
Yes team, Thursday. Just got back to Guilfoyle HQ. Spent the morning with John, which was nice. Mitchell's away in Ireland at the moment, our first drainage engineer. He's gone over to Ireland for a short holiday, so I've been with John today. What did we get up to? We had a small, well, I say big job, it wasn't really a dig. We just had to take out a little bit of concrete and fill it back in for a lady. It was a survey I'd done, and she was asking about water getting down the back of the pipe, because all the concrete had rotted away. Adam put a picture on here. So we just basically cut out a square of concrete, redone it, put a little bit of a canver in so that the water went down to the pipe a little bit better for the lady. Short job. Then we went and had a look at another job that we're looking at, which is to clean out and survey 2 dikes, because apparently they keep overflowing, so probably the outlets need jetting out, tankering out, and then just surveying just to make sure they're okay. So we had a look at that, and then a couple of other bits and pieces, so that was good. Nice to spend a bit of time with John. I'm also going to do some bits with him tomorrow as well, because I say Mitchell is off for a couple of days. I enjoy the drainage. I like going out every now and then, not too often, but every now and then with the boys is always good, just to touch base. But they're getting on really well, the pair of them, to be fair. They just get on with the job, which is what you want in any team member, really. You know, someone that just gets on with what they've got to do, gets the job done. You know, if they need to ring up and ask something, they will, which is good. And yeah, that seems to be really going well. A lot of people ask me how the drainage started. It was interesting. I'd always sort of wanted to do something a little bit more different than maybe what we'd been used to. And the honest story of that was one day I moved into the house that I'm in now, and a couple of days of being there, the drains backed up. So I called out a drainage engineer. He was here for a little bit, a couple of hours. The builder had filled the manholes at the front with rubble. Typical builders. So they cleared it out, jetted it. They was here about an hour and a half, and they gave me the bill. And I thought, oh, if ever there's money in a sport or in a business, it's that. So I thought, right, if I ever do that, it's going to be in a drainage field. Well, I had the idea pretty much straight away as I moved in, but then it wasn't until about 2-3 years later I actually decided to start it, because the drainage is quite investment heavy, whereas cleaning is relatively low barrier to entry. And they're diametrically opposed to businesses, because cleaning generally is lower margin, you need a lot of volume, where the drainage is generally higher margin, and you don't need as much volume, so they're opposite each other. I'd sort of like to get it to around 3 teams of 2, the drainage. That's where I'd like to see it, whereas, you know, that would be quite comfortable and nice and enjoyable, good profit for the business, a nice number to manage. Whereas the cleaning, as you guys know, we've got circa 100 employees and we want more. So, you know, just shows you how opposite they are. But yeah, a nice day. Tomorrow is the last day of the week, it's Friday. Again, I'm out with John in the morning. We've got a couple of blockages to do, and then that's it. I think we're going to try and get away a bit early. Yeah, I don't think there's much else going on, to be honest. Lots of interviews next week. I say we're trying to use an opportunity that we've got at the moment to diversify and adjust what our management structure looks like, following a few people departing the business. So I'm being given a lot of thought to that at the moment. But yeah, a good productive day. So that wraps up Thursday. I'll see you guys in the morning for the final day of the week, Friday. Yes team, we've made it to the end of the week, and a continuation of yesterday. I was with John on the drainage round because Mitchell, our other drainage engineer, is in Ireland. So I spent the day with John. We had a few general blockages to do. One was a collapsed pipe that was actually out in the mains road. So the client, I've said to them, look, we can do the repair, but we're not in the game of ripping people off. So I advised them that if they call the local water board, they might be able to get the repair done for free, because it was actually off their land. This afternoon, we had a torrential downpour. Absolutely peed down for about 45 minutes, but it was like a tropical thunderstorm. And I've had various phone calls since from customers on new dental surgery where they've had the mains back surgeon, and I've had to send John up in the tanker to try and clean up as best he can. So it's been a super busy day because of that now. He's got 3 or 4 jobs that he's had to go to, plus the ones we've done this morning. I've just come back down to HQ, picked up our admin lady's laptop as she sent it back, as she has now left the business. So we are actively looking for a new office administrator. It's a little bit of a perfect storm with that at the moment. We've got a new operations manager starting and a new admin assistant, which for me, it's gave me a little bit of time to reflect, and I think now is the time that we can have a little shuffle round and start afresh with a couple of our JCD operational issues that I feel like we're having, and just get a little bit better at and nail them down. So that's what the new GM is going to do, and our admin assistant will feed into that with all the various back of house bits and pieces. So always a pain in the backside when staff leave, but in hindsight, it's nice because this gave us a fresh slate in that sense. And I'm really looking forward to Gary starting with us in October, and our new admin assistants once I get round to interviewing some people. I've got some to do next week. So I'm going to do some bits and pieces down here at the moment. But that wraps up another episode of We Are JCD. We're flying through them now. I'm not sure what number this is, 52, something like that, 51. Are we going to get to 100? I reckon so. Make sure you like and subscribe as always, and I will see you in next week's episode for more fun in We Are JCD.